And so this tweet from Trump, it seems to reveal what many have suspected, that Trump doesn't really understand how tariffs are supposed to work. Because if prices don't rise in response to the tariffs, then they don't actually deliver any protection.
There is comedy in this. There really is. Because at the same time that Trump is telling Walmart, hey, don't raise prices and blame it on tariffs, he's also saying, eat the tariffs. In other words, absorb the cost of the tariffs that you, the American company, and as you are trying to pass on to the American consumer, are paying.
This man has full on lost his mind. This morning he said that Walmart should eat the tariffs instead of passing along the price increases to consumer. I'm like, have you met corporations?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Before we dive into today's story, I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing, watching, sharing, and helping this community grow. Whether you've been here from the start or just joined today, your support keeps us going, and we don't take that for granted. Now, you may have seen the headlines or clips floating around online, but if you missed it, strap in. DJ T, the figurehead of the MAGA movement and a man who's built his political identity on America First economics, has just said something that has sent shockwaves through his own base. At a recent rally, he told Walmart and its shoppers to eat the tariffs.
Yes, you heard that right.
Eat the tariffs. And now, MAGA supporters are having a collective meltdown. We'll break down what DJ T said, why it's such a big deal, and how the very people who cheered him on during the trade wars are now feeling blindsided. Plus, we'll look at how this revelation lines up with what economists and critics have been warning for years. But first, shout out to the independent journalists, clip archivists, and social media sleuths who caught this moment and pushed it into the spotlight. Credit to creators across TikTok, Threads, YouTube, and X. Without you, the truth wouldn't be trending.
We have some news right now. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said that he spoke with Walmart's CEO, and Walmart's CEO agreed to eat some of the tariffs, as Mr. Donald Trump said that Walmart has to eat the tariffs. So it looks like Walmart may be caving a bit. We don't know much coming from Walmart. We don't have an official statement just yet, but Scott Bessent did appear on a show this morning and essentially said that Walmart's going to eat the tariffs, and also that even if Walmart eats the tariffs, American consumers will still feel the impacts of tariffs because we may have to pay more for some goods. Now remember, just because there are tariff pauses on a number of countries doesn't mean the tariffs don't exist. There's still 30% tariffs on most Chinese goods, including toys, clothing, textiles, and other stuff that Walmart sells to Americans every single day. So no matter what happens here, even if Walmart eats some of the tariffs, prices will still probably go up. But we'll see what Walmart says next. Spread the word. I'll have a full breakdown on my Substack, link to my bio, so subscribe for free and follow along to stay up to date on all the news that you need to know about.
There is comedy in this. There really is. Because at the same time that Trump is telling Walmart, hey, don't raise prices and blame it on tariffs, he's also saying, eat the tariffs. In other words, absorb the cost of the tariffs that you, the American company, and as you are trying to pass on to the American consumer, are paying. Here it is in Trump's words right here. Quote, Walmart should stop trying to blame tariffs as the reason for raising prices throughout the chain. And then eat the tariffs. Oh, and he goes on to say, I'll be watching, and so will your customers. The comedy in this is that he's speaking out of both sides of his mouth. This is also a follow-on to all along him trying to make the case that other countries are paying these tariffs, which they aren't, which they never have been, which it has never worked that way. The importer pays the tariffs. So he's admitting, basically, that the importer, Walmart, is paying the tariffs as he's telling Walmart to eat the tariffs. He's also telling them that they shouldn't don't blame tariffs as the reason for raising prices. Now, the one piece I'll allow in this is that we saw during the supply chain disruptions of the COVID pandemic, we saw many companies raise prices only to then make record-breaking profits. And that, I will agree, is not okay. So, yes, don't blame supply chain issues as the reason you have to raise prices, only to then raise prices so much that you're actually increasing your profits because you're raising prices more than your increased costs. But that, I don't think, is even close to what's happening here yet. This is just Walmart saying, look, we've already done our part where we've tried to see what we could absorb, we've tried to see what we can do, and now we're going to have to start raising prices because there is a real cost to the tariffs. That's the reality.
Donald Trump is now blaming Walmart for rising prices in response to the tariffs, right? And he's saying that they should just eat the cost of the tariffs and not raise prices on customers. And so this tweet from Trump, it seems to reveal what many have suspected, that Trump doesn't really understand how tariffs are supposed to work. Because if prices don't rise in response to the tariffs, then they don't actually deliver any protection. The tariffs, they only work because the prices go up. The tariffs are supposed to make Chinese goods more expensive than American goods. That's the whole point. If Walmart just eats the prices on the tariffs, then there's no incentive for consumers to choose the American-made version of products. And that's even if they exist because they're at a baseline more expensive. Trump's policy is working exactly how it's intended to, and apparently he doesn't like it. You also had Trump claiming that the countries pay the tariffs, not consumers, which obviously, judging by Walmart raising their prices, isn't true. And then on a more zoomed out level, Trump also said that the tariffs are there to replace the income tax and make us all rich, but that they're also there to increase manufacturing. But you have experts saying it really can't be both, at least at the same time. If you import less goods because you're producing more domestically, the less tax revenue you're getting and the less rich you're becoming. Right? And all of this is why we're seeing so many experts saying that this is kind of basic Econ 101 shit. Follow to stay in the loop.
So Trump just said Walmart should, quote, eat the cost of the tariffs because they made so much more money than expected last year. Two things real quick. One, I thought China paid the tariffs. If China pays the tariffs, why does Walmart have to eat the cost of the tariffs? And two, if Walmart made billions of dollars more than expected last year, man, the economy must not have been that bad after all. I wonder who was running it back then.
For years, DJ T has claimed that tariffs on Chinese goods were being paid by China. That message wasn't just a passing statement. It was the backbone of his economic messaging. He used it to justify trade wars, slap tariffs on billions of dollars worth of imports, and rally supporters who believed they were finally winning.
But now?
It turns out the victory dance might have been premature. At a recent event, DJ T didn't mince words. He turned to Walmart, one of the biggest retailers of Chinese-made products in America, and said they, and their shoppers, should eat the tariffs. And the MAGA base is reeling. Across forums, comment sections, and live streams, supporters are expressing shock, disbelief, and in some cases, outright betrayal. Many of them genuinely believed that tariffs were some sort of secret check China had to write. The idea that they've been footing the bill this whole time? That's a bitter pill to swallow. One viral comment said, "I told my entire family China was paying, and now this?" Another read, "So we're the ones eating the tariffs? That's not what I signed up for." Economists have long warned that tariffs act like a tax on consumers, raising the prices of everyday items from electronics to groceries. But until now, MAGA supporters largely dismissed those arguments. DJ T's latest statement pulls back the curtain, and the timing couldn't be worse. Inflation is still hurting households, and now many are realizing they've been paying more not because of China, but because of DJ T's own deception. And let's be clear, this isn't just a small misstep. This is a moment of cognitive dissonance for a movement that's built on loyalty and economic populism. The idea that DJ T might have misled them, even unintentionally, is deeply destabilizing. Still, there are diehard defenders out there trying to spin it, saying the media twisted his words, or that eating the tariffs just means being patriotic. But the clip speaks for itself.
Trump tells Walmart to eat the tariffs. I thought during the campaign, China is going to pay the tariffs. China is going to pay the tariffs. Is it a bold-faced lie? Are you seeing truth now? I mean, his truth?
Trump, I'm a business genius. Also, Trump, Walmart should eat the tariffs I created. Trump just told Walmart to eat the tariffs instead of raising prices. Cute idea, except he's the one who slapped the tariffs on in the first place. It's like lighting your house on fire and then yelling at the fire department for using water. Now Walmart's like, sir, these are your import taxes. That's why bananas cost like iPhones now. But Trump's response sounds like a you problem. Inflation, Walmart's fault. Tariffs, what tariffs? Responsibility, never heard of her. You know I will be right here watching this nut house like it's the season finale of a reality show nobody asked for. For more details and a full breakdown about this story, subscribe to my free Substack. Link is in the bio.
So we got played by China, and my question is, for what? Why did we have to put small businesses through all of this drama? Why? What was the purpose? See all this macho man Randy Savage, puff out your chest, oh, I am man stupidness? Look what it got us. But I know why we bow. I know why we came to China. Yeah, we saw no ships coming in from China to the ports. And we were going back to pandemic levels, and this administration, Mr. Card probably had flashbacks to 2020 and said, no, we can't go back there. No, we can't get back there. We got to meet. This is so sorry. Why did we do this, America? Why did we vote for foolishness? This is outrageous. I'm sorry. Now let me know if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at this wrong. But we went right back to the same levels. Oh, great, Mr. Card. You look real strong and macho. I'm sick of this. This is Anthony with the Ant Report. On my way to 4,000 followers. Come on and help me get it. Come on and help me get there. 4,000 followers. Come on.
So what does this all mean? It means the myth that DJ T's trade war was pain-free for Americans has finally hit a wall. It means that everyday people, many of whom trusted DJ T's words without question, are waking up to the cost of populist policies dressed up as economic genius. And it means that a three-word phrase, eat the tariffs, might go down as one of the most unintentionally honest moments of DJ T's political career. We'll keep following this story and the fallout from it. But in the meantime, I want to hear from you. Were you surprised by DJ T's comment? Do you think this will affect his base's loyalty? Or is it just another headline that'll be forgotten in a week? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our next breakdown. Huge thanks again to all the video curators and creators who captured this moment. Your work is essential, and we see you. Until next time, stay sharp, stay informed, and keep asking the hard questions.